Realistic biomes, they might just be Minecraft's greatest overhaul ever. Check this. I figured there's only one spot we could start today, and that is with a fresh, brand new world. Quite literally top of the morning, the sun is beaming, sky is blowing, fog is fogging? It's all new. Over the course of the next however many minutes it is, we'll be taking a little bit of a dive and adventure into realistic biomes and finding how just by changing some subtle things, the ambiance, the atmosphere, subtle small details, Minecraft's feel, well, I mean really you can completely shift it. Tap that like button, sit back, and let's dive in. No way, no way, no way. Oh, our guy, I heard he heard about this and he just couldn't resist it. Bonzo coming with us for the adventure today. Now, right off the bat, wandering around over here, the sun, it's a circle. That's a little curse. I don't know if that's illegal. Then the clouds right here, it looks like shaders or something really smooth going on. But at the same time, looking around at all of the blocks, every single texture in the vanilla game is going to be exactly the same with all this stuff. We got classic dirt, we got classic sand, and we got classic. If you want, I can go through every single other block, or you can just trust me. But listen, I'm gonna stop talking for a minute. Listen. Oh, it's all about the ambiance and atmosphere with this one. So when diving into your world with this, there is one thing that you're 100% going to want to do, and that's ambiance environment and crank that boy all the way up. Oh, no, just running around here, this seems like I might have gotten, actually, not going to lie, one of the worst scenes possible to show off a bunch of different biomes and how each biome has shifted individually, like the savannah. But it works. It works for now. But I'm an optimist. No complaining. It works. Bonzo, come with me. Let's go on an adventure. And so, just a tiny bit of time later, finally, at last, I've made my way from a plains biome, or what I suspect to be a plains biome. I have no clue, really. From a plains biome over to a forest immediately as soon as we cross. Listen. Okay. All right. Well, it didn't kick off immediately like I thought it was going to. But now that I've made my way into the biome, we'll see that the tones in the sky, they've shifted. It's a little bit lighter here and maybe a little bit happier. Also, the sounds in the background. From time to time, I hear birds chirping inside of the many trees that are inside of the forest biome. Oh, it's beautiful. But now we can actually go real deal rapid fire. We go from the forest biome over to the flower forest biome, which is going to be, not going to lie, pretty similar to some of the other ones. How about we go ahead and continue climbing the mountain, though, the worst biome in the world, the Grove. I think it's called the Grove, right? Oh, inside of the Grove biome, the fog, it sets in and gets way more dense. The sounds, they set in, they get a lot more breathy, if you will, or something. It sounds like way windier up here, and with this white tones all over the place, it feels like freezing. Like I tried to climb Mount Everest. They warned me not to. I had no experience, but I did it anyways, and here I am at the top of the mountain, continuing to move up the mountain even more to what I believe is the pinnacle of it, Frozen Peaks biome or whatever. I mean, the wind, it cranks up even more. I don't know if it's going to capture it and pick it up in the video here, but the ambiance here, and definitely the particles too, it's completely changing these biomes like way more than you would think just simple toggles would do. Now, hold up, roll things back, because a couple of minutes ago, the eagle-eyed of you may have noticed that I spawned into this world and birthed myself in this land with not one but two brand new things. First things first, the handbook. Recommended settings, you check them. I already went ahead and did this, but you gotta do it. We also got a little bit of a how-to and information here as to what's going on. And then last things last, we got support. You already know what it is. Oh no, Enderman. Why are there so many Endermen here? What the cool thing about all this, I think I maybe mentioned it before. Guys, just no, God, no, please. I didn't mean to. Typical narcissist. You go on a server for 1 second and everyone wants to be in the YouTube video. My God, leave me alone, bro. All right, now I could check out biomes all day long, but we're gonna have to go ahead and move things along. But real quick here, I've ran my damselly beautifully haired self over into the taiga biome, and the ambiance here, like, I hear frogs or bugs or something every once in a while. I think that's a frog, right? It's cool. I don't know what it is. Going a little rapid fire here. Another biome that I absolutely love the ambiance of. How deep is the snow? Stop. Since when does the snow generate in this frozen plains biome? What? Did they update this thing? All right. Anyways, one thing that I love about this place is just how cold and frozen it feels, and the sun is like absolutely massive here too. It's beautiful. Another biome that I loved the feel of is the savanna biome. Inside of this place is way more warm. The hawks flying around in the sky. Oh, dude, you are so cool looking, just soaring. The sun feels warm. The fog feels warm too. The particles blowing around. I love the particles. And right here is what I've been on about with that brand new pale forest biome. Up the fog, make it dense so I can't see very far. And it just makes this whole place feel so cool. Badlands biome, you're curious about that. It feels like I'm in the middle of a sandstorm right here. The particles, the sounds, they go like hard here. It is real orange, real dusty. Now, I'd love to check out biomes all day. We're going to check out a couple more things, so stay tuned. But now I found myself what is a plains biome. At least in my mind, I kind of imagine the plains biome as sort of like a baseline biome, right? It's like true neutral, if you will, or something. Beautiful generation, by the way. This is all vanilla. It's actually insane how much better the vanilla Minecraft generation looks if you just increase things like the fog and the particles in the air. So by default, on its own, when you put this inside of your world, realistic biomes is going to overhaul a ton of the Minecraft biomes. In fact, every single biome and dimension in the entire game. However, you could go ahead and get real accustomed with this thing with the help of the settings right here. Audio, first things first, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. If you want to crank up that ambiance even more, immerse yourself in it, I mean, why not? Go ahead and do it. So the audio is whatever, but these other effects right here, these are actually insane. Preview mode right now isn't really going to do very much for me. This is going to be a whole lot more useful when I'm messing with some of the custom settings and really truly maxing out the custom experience here. What I can use this preview mode for is previewing different shortcuts, different times of the day, like maybe in the nighttime, the sunset. Oh, the beautiful sunrise. Look at this thing. With the round sun, I changed it to round, by the way, but with the round sun, slowly, we have like this purpley haze in the background, and in the sun, it grows and rises larger and larger and larger. It gets over the sky, and it just brightens, and it looks so good. This is essentially almost like a shader. Other shortcuts here, we can flip things over to the daytime right now. Dead of day. Middle of it, you could go ahead and take a quick look at what something might look like. My favorite, Bonezo's favorite, probably your favorite too, sunset golden hour. We flip it over to sunset and watch that warm sun go ahead and slowly leave the world. It's beautiful. And then we get this warm, beautiful, dramatic feel of sunset hour and what it might look like. Nighttime, go ahead and flip it over. It's so cool how the sun, the moon, the sky, whatever the heck that thing is now, it like actually soars around. Nighttime, it's here. I can't believe it. You're gonna make me cry or something. I can't linger on it for too long. It's too emotional. Let's flip it back over to daytime and make it rain. And on that note of weather right here, we've got some custom weather things going on. So when you enable these custom weather events right here, the vanilla weather is actually gonna, well, it's gonna kind of go away. For the most part, these are all just visual changes, and they're beautiful. Oh, Bonzo boy, you wait here, I'll be right back. So the rain inside of a biome like this, it's way more dense and uses a completely different texture than the vanilla Minecraft rain. It also creates a heavier fog all over the place, which is like the perfect combination. Maybe not so perfect, throw a dweller inside of this thing, and oh, it's gonna like literally come from the fog now. Moving into a different biome, the rain, the weather events are going to be completely different. As you can see here in the Badlands, as soon as I walk here, there is no longer any more rain. Instead, over here, flipping into preview mode inside of this biome, we've got some familiar toggles, but because this biome is a different biome, we've got different weather events that might happen here. Wind. Wind is kind of like the equivalent of rain, if you will, inside of the Badlands biome. But that's not the only weather event you'll be able to experience here. Instead, you hang out here for long enough, something terrifying sounds to play, but I gotta hear it one more time. Oh, it sounds like a dweller's here. I think I've rotted my brain with dwellers, guys. A sandstorm will kick off, and then we get things like tumbleweeds rolling and bouncing around throughout this biome. And then, of course, the ambiance here, it gets way more dense. Now, in survival, when we're in the middle of a sandstorm, it doesn't actually hurt you or anything like that. But the tumbleweed, on the other hand, if you can catch up to one and break it, uh-oh, well, my. It's an actual real thing. Real hard gold sticks that you could pick up and actually grab. So some of these unique weather and environment events, they are real. Flipping things back over to the plains biome, a sandstorm inside of the plains biome. Well, it's not going to be a sandstorm. Instead, we're going to have a brand new thunderstorm. It's way more immersive. It feels like I'm properly in a real thunderstorm. Like, from time to time, if it will happen again in the background, thunder rolls in and yeah. How the sound design is done. It's like echoing in the background. A chipmunk, I heard one. Maybe that was a chicken. Oh, but how the sound is done, and even how the rain hits the ground and makes everything kind of like look like the rain is actually hitting it. It's so cool. At the opposite end of the spectrum, somewhere a little bit more frozen, weather has changed pretty significantly as well. If we go ahead and flip things over to the equivalent of rain here, which is snow. Well, look, I didn't know that I was actually ready for the winter time, but it makes me feel like I wanted to actually be snowing outside. I think I've gone insane. A little bit more intense snow, thunderstorm equivalent here, that's gonna be a blizzard. And again, just like with the sandstorm, if you were in survival Minecraft in the blizzard in this biome, well, surprise, surprise, it's just ambient effects right here. This blizzard, it's not really seemingly even going to create snow layers here, let alone turn you into like a freezing, annoying headache of a mess or anything like that. It's just a new way to make your builds, I guess, get like a proper environment. Now, across a bunch of other biomes, there are some more cool weather effects. Some of these other weather effects, though, probably best checked out at nighttime. This one is called an aurora, and oh, like one of the most beautiful things that I have ever seen inside of a Minecraft biome, inside of the frozen place in the nighttime. First off, the stars, these are so beautiful looking. The aurora that forms inside of this cold biome, give it time and slowly it changes. Like we can see right here, the colors are actually, hey, leave me alone. The colors are actually like expanding across the night sky, and this thing glows like insane too. You also get like the North Star right there, and it's just gorgeous. Shifting things back over to the plains biome, back inside of our baseline, at nighttime, instead of an aurora, you're going to get a brand new different weather event called a meteor shower. And when the meteor shower happens, look at this thing all over the sky and pretty intense. It's like flaming particles. It's so cool looking. So now these different unique weather events, they're going to spill out across most of the different biomes inside of Minecraft. Sometimes you'll have an aurora, sometimes you'll have a meteor shower. Some biomes have thunder, some have snowstorms. Some that end up getting a little bit more warm have a sandstorm. I want to send a shout out to the devs here because this preview mode is so cool. Being able to just check out the different effects like straight up really easy. Now you might want to check out these unique effects because color grading, this thing is insane. So right here, we have a ton of different default settings, but if I want to, I can go ahead and tap Edit User Presets, create a brand new preset, name it something, I don't know, it kind of has a nice ring to it, tap Submit, and then I get a graph, a physical graph right here. So check this out, I select this item down here on the graph, if you will, and start dragging it, and check that out. In the background, you can see exactly what's happening. I'm adjusting the levels of red throughout this biome. Maybe I want it to be really red and intense. I could color grade my game, something like that, drop that right there, and now look at the world. It's all like red, and then I can switch it over to green and, you know, kind of do the exact same thing. Adjust the green. Maybe I want no green at all. I just want a red haze all over the place. And then the blue, last but not least, I go ahead and maybe turn that all the way down there, and now it's like a pure red world. This is insane. Would you actually play Minecraft like this? No, probably not, but maybe you could use this for creating some kind of cool screenshot setup or whatever. That's so cool. But maybe a little bit more useful here inside of this color grading right here, we have a default off right here, or I could go ahead and tap something else. Like let's say maybe vintage. I want to make Minecraft look a little bit old and, you know, kind of unique. Well, I've got a preset for it. These different presets are going to change the look of Minecraft throughout the entire game. It's almost as if you say through an overlay on the camera, the lens, and yeah, we're kind of experiencing Minecraft through something a little bit different. And guys, I don't know how you're going to be into this in the video, but when I saw something like this is where I went, oh shoot, this thing is legitimate. This thing is insane. There are so many different color presets here, like a warm tone throughout the whole world. Why not? But where I think these presets go really hard is where we go with, like, you know, kind of like the more fun presets here. Night vision. You want to make, like, I don't know, some kind of map or something and play it in night vision, like green everything. And even more cool with the night vision, in the daytime it doesn't really work very well, but at nighttime, flip it over, then you could see really far, like way farther than you would be able to otherwise. Color grading. I could have made this entire video just checking out these different lenses, and if you want a part 2, a follow-up, checking out even more specific things, all you gotta do is tap like. Film, to me, I feel like I'm inside of an A24 movie now, with like me and Bones was the star, Pearl, the fourth adventure, the fourth awakening. Tropic. Next up, we've got Tropic, which takes us into like a different kind of movie, maybe like throwback to like the 60s or something, some kind of old Elvis, old-timey movie or something, where I'm like in the Bahamas dancing and singing. Ocean blue. It makes everything like oceany, cold, and blue, just like the name says. Spooky, which kind of essentially enhances the darker parts of a block, keeps that blue tone going on. Keep in mind right now, I'm in daytime, but it's kind of like relatively dark. Flip it over to nighttime on the other hand, and yeah, spookiness, yeah, very creepy. We've got thermal, which is pretty trippy looking, especially at sunrise hour right now, where there's like different colors going on. Really thermal for sure. But last but not least, definitely not least, maybe the coolest one out of all of them, Legacy Console Edition. For those of you feeling a little bit nostalgic in the fall, just like me, you want to take it back to the olden days of playing Minecraft on the PS3, Xbox 360. Wow, look at this. You can flip it over to Legacy Console. It basically grays out everything across the entire world, or, you know, puts that light and dusty tone, and it's like you're playing Minecraft console again, with the textures and everything being vanilla. It's kind of beautiful. Keep in mind that this is an add-on, so you could go ahead and combine this with a bunch of different other things, maybe a texture pack or something, maybe a retro one at that, and really get those nostalgic feels. This is so cool. Now, everything that we've been checking out today is beautiful, it's gorgeous, but there is one final thing that I need to show you. If you enjoyed today's add-on showcase, tap that like button. I'm trying to maybe do a little bit more of them. They're always so fun to do, and I like to help you out. And if you got an add-on you'd like to see me showcase next, comment it down below. Throw it on the subreddit over to the end, because the end here, the ambiance and vibes inside of this place, predictably, as you might have thought, they are beautiful. These orange, what am I talking about? What am I literally talking about? Suppose we might as well turn that color gradient off. Back to normal with default offsetting the fog inside of this thing, the purple dot. I don't know what they are, but they're drifting around and they're beautiful. Oh, it's just insane here. It's insane, and the sounds, they're so like sparse and empty. It's like nothing's going on. Sending ourselves out to the outer end, maybe near, say, an end city or something. I've done a little bit of exploring. How this gradient is done, it almost looks like something, like some kind of sun is up at the top. I like that idea. That's really, really cool. You also don't have very many stars here either. Or it's like you do, but you definitely have way more stars in the overworld at nighttime. It sort of takes that cool outer space vibe and changes it into maybe you're in like a completely different galaxy, dimension, or space, or whatever. Also, as you walk around, the fog getting like really, really bright near the ground too. That's something that I love seeing done here. I feel like a lot of the times things just take the end and say, hey, yeah, it's going to be a really dark space, but how about a contrast of like super dark up high and light on the ground? It's great looking. This all shows for sure. If Minecraft wanted to say update the game without changing very much, you change the fog levels, you change the particles in every biome dimension, and I mean, that's it. Minecraft could upgrade the entire game without adding really a single thing. Realistic Biomes by Oreville Studios is pretty fire. Link down below, you gotta check it. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch today's video. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. It's been me, Waddles, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.